Good afternoon and welcome again to Dinner at Vincenzo's. This afternoon's guest is Dan Fulton. Dan's a student here at Seekonk High School. Welcome aboard, Dan.
It's great to be here.
Dan, tell us about yourself. First of all, what roles do you play at Seekonk High School, what grade you're in, and what activities you're involved in?
All right. I am a sophomore at Seekonk. I play soccer for the high school team, and I'm involved in several community service groups, and I have a group of friends I hang out with, and I'm just like every other kid here.
Tell us about the freshman experience. We've got new freshmen coming in next year. They're going to be new to the high school environment. Tell us about what happened during your freshman experience and what you learned about it.
Well, when I came in my freshman year, I found it almost to be a little awkward.
You were awkward?
Well, if you ask some people, depending on who you talk to, but I came into an experience where I knew almost no one, and I had to find almost an entirely new group of kids to hang out with, and I had to adjust to new teaching roles that I personally believe the middle school didn't prepare me very well for. And
I need to get negative here.
well, I mean, I loved my experience at the middle school. It's just
we have a lot of friends at the middle school. I just want to. The Dinner at Vincenzo's staff wants to make sure that they know that. No need to get negative here.
I mean, I loved some of the greatest experiences of my life happened at the middle school. It's just there are certain differences between the teaching styles at the middle school and at Seekonk High School.
Okay. So now your extracurricular activities that you're involved in, what do you do outside the classroom?
Well, I play soccer and I run track. I actually believe you saw me on the track field one time, and you said something to me. It was something like "Run, Forrest, run."
Well, yeah, I was wondering. I was going to ask you, what position do you play in soccer?
I play right defensive back.
Because when I saw you running, and I haven't seen you on the soccer field yet, these flashbacks came to me in vivid description of Forrest Gump running through a few scenes in the movie and them yelling, "Run, Forrest, run." Because you do resemble Forrest Gump a little bit.
I do, but I like to think that I resemble Tom Hanks more than Forrest Gump.
Yeah, I don't see that at all.
Well, if you think I look like Forrest Gump, then you're entitled to have that opinion.
Hey, Dan, tell me about the World Cup. You know, the World Cup is happening right now. It's a big deal over in Europe, as you know. I personally, one year, did watch Italy win the World Cup, and I happened to be in Italy. And this show is named after my cousin, Vincenzo, as you know, who lives in a small town called Raviscanina, Italy. We all want to say hello to all our friends at Raviscanina, and we miss you dearly. But I must tell you, although soccer's a religion there, here in the United States, it hasn't caught on. Why do you think that's the case?
Well, soccer, once you learn it, is one of the easiest sports to play. I mean, the main point of soccer is basically just to pass the ball to your teammate and score a goal. And the only thing you have to learn is how to touch the ball with your foot and how to head and chest the ball. Mm-hmm. Other sports like football, you go through all these drills and all these game plans and stuff that you don't really see in soccer.
Well, certainly there's not a lot of cost to soccer. You need a field and a ball, and anyone can be involved in it. There's not an exuberant amount of cost. But I must tell you, the game sometimes is a little boring.
Well, I can agree that soccer is sometimes hard to watch. I mean, there are especially ties. Game where the soccer match is tied, it is all you basically see is people passing the ball to each other. I mean, watching grass grow to some people is more exciting than that.
Well, paint dry too. Watching paint dry, Dan. But when I was in Italy, Italy actually won by the end of having this sudden death shoot-off. I thought that was kind of a weird way to end a championship match.
Well, when you play soccer, the average soccer player in some positions runs 4 to 5 miles per game, and you've gone through 2 halves of 45 minutes of play and 2 15-minute overtimes, and there's a point where it just takes too much of a toll on the player that they need to resolve it somehow.
And I can see from your conditioning that cardiovascular strength is one of your main focuses.
I do focus a lot on cardiovascular strength.
And it shows, by the way. It definitely does.
Thank you.
Certainly does. Well, just want to say thank you for coming aboard today, Dan. We chose white today. Thank you for coming aboard and being a guest here at dinner at Vincenzo's and explaining World Cup soccer to us. And by the way, what's up with those horns that we hear?
Well, each team can buy a horn in their own team's color, and it's the way to express their support or joy watching their team and hoping that they win.
Well, listening to it, there's a lot of expressions of joy and support, that's for sure. Again, we want to thank Dan Fulton, a soon-to-be junior here in the junior class of Seekonk High School. And with that, Dan, thanks a lot. Until next time, we'll see you again at dinner at Vincenzo's. Ciao, Dan.
Ciao.
Chindan. Chindan.